Hello cookies, it's Siri, I'm back and today I'm going to review the Derma Roller from Banish Acne Scars and some other products that they actually sent me in January. The reason I'm doing this review only now is because I wanted to test this properly and the skincare, because we all know that testing skincare and derma rollers, it's not like you just use them once or twice and then you're like, okay, this is my review. Even though they were sent to me by the Banish team, thank you so much for that. As usual, this is going to be my honest opinion review. So the first item is this derma roller. So if you don't know what derma rollers are, basically it's just rollers like this that have tons and tons and tons of tiny needles on them. And you basically just roll it all over your face and get the needles to create some holes in your face. When I received my rollers from the Banish team, I was actually really freaked out, because when they told me rollers and organic vegan skincare, I was like, woohoo! So I basically thought that it was those rollers that you put in the fridge so that it's cold on your face and you're just like, eh, and it tightens your face. So when this arrived, I was like, why are there needles on this roller? And that's when I went on the Banish website. I know it's really bad, like I really assumed that it was just, those rollers that you apply on your face and to tighten it. So when I was on the website, I thought, okay, so this is not like a wrong roller, it's really supposed to be like that. So making research about derma rolling, I found out lots of stuff, so you should also Google if you're interested. But basically what I personally understood, and I'm not an expert, is that there's two main purposes with these derma rollers. The first purpose is to create some holes in your skin so that your skin regenerates itself, because it feels like, oh, I'm being attacked, I have some holes now. So it starts the regenerating process, and then it just basically heals the places where you have some scars or where you have some wrinkles. The second purpose is to create holes again, but then when you create some holes, the products that you're using go in deeper inside your skin instead of just laying on top, so it goes where it's supposed to work. I'm someone who's really freaked out of needles, and I was very scared using this. But now after 6 times using it, I can say that I really like it, and it definitely improved my acne scars so much. I used to have really bad skin and it got better since I turned vegan. So no, this is not me telling you cookies to go vegan. I'm just saying that my skin got so much better after I changed my diet 2 years ago. But even though I stopped having really huge dark black acne, like yeah, that's exactly how my acne was. My skin is not perfect now, there's still stuff to work on, but it's definitely much better. But even though I stopped having those huge, giant, super horrible acne everywhere, like my pimples were this big all over the place, they still left some scars on the sides of my cheeks. And basically the scars, they're good if you have foundation to cover them up, but what I noticed is that the texture was always like this, because you have the skin and then you have the scar, then you have the skin and you have the scar. But with this evened out my skin so much, and now it's really like the scars are almost completely faded, and instead of being like this, my skin is just flat like this, and it's so much smoother. The second item is this pen here, and it's basically the same principle as the roller, because you still have some tiny needles on top of it. I only used this pen once because this hurts so much. And John is right there to give me support, because we don't know if I'm going to start crying. So let's just try. So I have my acne scars here on the side first, so let's just try it out. And I'm just basically like, I haven't even really like dabbed, I'm just like gently pressing, and I'm already freaked out because it hurts a little bit. Okay. That hurt! It's really funny because you would expect that the roller would hurt much more than the pen, but actually not. It's like the roller is like, okay, the first time you're just like, yeah, it kind of irritates the skin, which is what it's supposed to do, because come on, you're creating some holes. But this, even though I was like, oh, this is not going to hurt at all since it's so tiny and you know, when you compare the sizes, but this hurts so much. Since it is tinier, the roller goes on a bigger surface, but let's say that you want to target something, especially here in the corner of your nose or something, and then the roller is just too big, then you can target it with the pen. So the pen is just supposed to target those areas where you really want to correct your skin. One thing that I find super crazy is that when I check the price of doing this derma rolling thing, or they call it micro needling here in Stockholm, the prices go from like 4,000 crowns for the whole face to 10,000 crowns plus. And I was just like, wow, that's really crazy. I was at this event a few weeks ago and they were demonstrating it, and I think it was something like from 6,000 crowns or something, and I was just like, are you serious? They were using the pen basically and they were just using it, and it was like so expensive, and I thought, wow, I'm really happy that I have this one, because honestly I'm like, since they're just gonna make holes anyway on my face, I might as well do it at home, because the kits that you can buy to do at home, even though you have different sizes of needles, the needles that are the biggest, like the longest, and the ones that are the most dangerous, you cannot buy them online anyway. You probably can on the black market, but I wouldn't suggest that. But those big needles, you can't buy them online, and you have to go to a specialist, I mean like those skincare places or dermatologists. So if it's those needles, I would understand, but when you check the websites, it shows that it's just like, some of them are like the same size of this, and I'm just like, whoa, I'm not going to pay 10,000 crowns if I can do that at home. So that's just a small story. I'm saying that because this roller and the serum, so basically this is the banish kit together, so this is like the cheapest kit if you want to get the roller. These two are $69 together. They basically come in a kit like this, so this is a new kit, so there's a new roller inside here that I haven't opened yet. And you have this thing here, basically this is just a plastic cup where you can disinfect this, you can just put it there, pour some alcohol inside the cup and put this there to clean it, and then you also have the serum that comes in it, and this whole thing is $69. And I'm thinking, $69 versus 10,000 crowns, I take $69, thank you. And again, this video is not sponsored. In case you have any doubts, it's really like, I'm showing you what I think because I just find this so cool. One thing I have to mention as well is that you have lots of different derma rollers in the market on eBay, Amazon, on some very cheap websites, and you want to be careful with that because, you know, depending on the quality, for example, if this doesn't roll, so if this doesn't roll properly, when you're starting to use it, it can, you know, stretch your skin and just basically create some blisters and some really nasty stuff. So if you buy those cheap knockoffs, you never know what they put in here, like what kind of plastic they're using, if this rolls properly, if the needles are safe to use. You don't know what material they use in the needles. It's just, you know, since it's so intimate and it's so kind of crazy to make some holes into your face, you just want to be careful what you're using because it's your face, you don't want to mess it up. Since I already mentioned the serum, so this is the vitamin C serum. I have two of them because John knocked off this one here, so he knocked it over and everything like went pouring on the floor, and I was so mad. And I emailed the Banish team and I said, you know what, I really love your serum, it's one of the best serums I've tried, but my boyfriend knocked it over and it just, you know, it was still like half of it here, and then when John knocked it over, everything just was lost, and I was really sad. So the Banish team was super kind and they sent me a new one. What I can see with this serum is that it's helping so much for my acne scars to kind of like, you know, fade and not be so dark, and it also gives this glow to my skin. You know, usually vitamin C products, they give you this fresh glow. It's not like you're getting a tan or it's not like you're getting whiter or paler, but your skin just looks radiant. It just looks fresh. It looks like it's not dead anymore, and I'm definitely thinking of continuing to repurchase this because I really like it. One thing I have to mention though is that when I have active eczema and it can get really bad, I avoid using this because it can get a little bit too strong because it's like vitamin C, E, ferulic acid and stuff, so that can be pretty aggressive when I have my eczema, but when my skin is more or less normal, then I'm like, I can use this. Last but not least is the pumpkin enzyme mask, and I really love this product as well. You've seen me test this pumpkin mask in my glitter lips video, and I've been using it since January as well, and I really like it. It kind of looks like this, so it is very used. I'm really sad about that, but you know, it's a really good mask. And here basically they say to just, you can apply a little bit of it and let it sit. I usually take like a lot like this. I'm just digging in because I really like it. And with this mask I can see the same effect as with the serum. After I've used this mask, my skin just gets so glowy and even. It really evens out the skin tone and it just looks so healthy and nice and fresh and slightly orange. First, when you first wash, you're like, whoa, my skin is orange, but it's not like a permanent orange color, and then it kind of fades after 20-15 minutes. And then you just have that nice glow that is just so amazing, so pretty. To sum it up, I really love the products from Banish Acne Scars, except from the pen because it just hurt me too much now. Keep in mind that as usual, this was my personal experience, and if you decide that, oh, I want to try the pen, I'm not saying it's gonna hurt you as much, because if you have high pain tolerance, then you're just gonna be like, whoa, what was Iri talking about? She's such a baby, this doesn't hurt at all. And you're more than welcome to let me know in the comments down below that it didn't hurt you and I'm just the one who's like, ow! And that's the end of this review. I hope you cookies enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up and subscribe if you don't want to miss the upcoming videos. You might have some questions that I haven't answered here, like how you clean it, how you do this and that with those products, how do you use this and that. But all the informations are either on the Banish Acne Scars website or some other people that made some videos on those products here on YouTube that did really good, really profound reviews and explanations. I just basically wanted to give you my feedback, and for the technical details you can just, you know, Google or just go on Banish Acne Scars, and if you still can't find the answer, then let me know in the comments down below and I will try to answer as much as I can. Thank you for watching, and until next time I will see you at the next video. Bye! This product is really cool because it is waterproof, it is smudge proof, you can eat, you can drink, you can kiss, and it doesn't feel uncomfortable.